Performance from both teams here today.
Hi and welcome to a very special edition and coverage of one of the biggest matchups in this T20 World Cup. It's India versus Pakistan, and this is the mid-innings show. Stay on for lots more. Yes, battle for T20 supremacy. That's our coverage here of the T20 World Cup. And this game here, of course, this face-off between India and Pakistan is a very critical one when you talk of teams fighting to finish on the top, finish with that trophy in their hands. This is one match that we were all looking forward to. If you're joining us at this point and if you by chance missed that first innings, what a blistering first innings that was between these two sides. India has managed to set Pakistan a target of 176. They should be decently happy with that total. If we look at overall what are the highest run chases, in fact, which is the most successful run chase that any of these two sides executed when they've faced off in a T20 format, the highest is 172, and that happened in Dubai in 2025. So this one just about crosses that. So obviously, if you look at past history, you look at recently past history and face-offs between these two countries in T20 formats, that total is gold. I'm going to take you through what were the high points of that first innings. First up, the whole stadium itself, everyone around, millions also tuning in, not just those spectators at the Pramadasa in Colombo, everyone else who was tuning in on their TV screens, on their digital phones, as this one, if you were on the road somewhere, you would be glued into that matchup because this is one that we all foresaw as something that could be intense. Both these two teams were coming into this encounter with 2 wins under 2 out of 2, although not solid, resounding wins. If you look at both these sides, both had a few niggles as they were heading into this clash against each other. But 2 wins in 2, high on confidence, with great mini battles, great matchups all expected. Of course, you had that bit of controversy of will Pakistan take the field or not? What will the boycott drama unfold as? But of course, all of that was put to the side, and the match was truly is what took center stage. If I have to speak about one telling moment for India in that first innings, it has to be that of Ishan Kishan. Really, what a knock. I'll have to look at the exact score for him. Of course, 70 plus in an India-Pakistan matchup. I mean, it doesn't get bigger than this. What a moment for this youngster. But really, coming off the bat there, 77 of 40. He immediately knew what the responsibility was going to be like for him when Abhishek Sharma got dismissed earlier on, with that brilliant opening spell, that brilliant first over by the captain himself, Salman Ali Agha. It was a huge setback for India because there was so much riding on this opening partnership, on the explosive nature that Abhishek Sharma just lends to any contest and the way he takes the game away right at the beginning. So his dismissal would have put a ton of pressure on a young Ishan Kishan, for whom, remember, this is a comeback tournament of sorts. Of course, he played a crucial series against New Zealand, which really made him come back into his own when you look at the national setup and how he was away from it for a long time. The T20 World Cup here is what his comeback tournament was supposed to be, and what a rocking performance he's put in to make a mark there. And of course, that really set the tone for India. His 77 there, a bit of a highlight in a match that already is so nervy. You know, there was so much of chatter about the boycott, about whether there was going to be handshakes. Both the captains, in fact, speaking contrasting opinions about that handshake as well. This is exactly what Sanjay Manjrekar had said right before this match. Of course, that's what he strongly believes. When we look at how this has panned out, of course, this drama and the no handshake tensions is what took center stage during the Asia Cup. But we saw that at the toss as well. Both captains really being a little trite and firm when they came on and then moved away. But we have to speak about the performances that really lit up that first innings. One was, of course, Ishan Kishan, who really put this Indian attack and the Indian innings on track after that early dismissal and that early blow that Pakistan dealt to India with the wicket of Abhishek Sharma. He had a few people at the other end who supported him along the way. Of course, one was Tilak Verma himself. Sedate knocks, both of them. Tilak Verma and of course the captain Surya Kumar Yadav, 32 of 29, 25 24. The one key aspect was how they were able to negate Usman Tariq, really, especially someone like Surya Kumar Yadav. And if you remember, at that practice as well, during the team sessions, Surya Kumar Yadav tried to give that simulation of Usman Tariq's bowling action with that pause and the dramatic, what's he going to do, delivery that he got his batters and his team to practice against. And it was nice to see most of that really succeeding come match day, because they were able to negate that pressure, negate the threat of what Usman Tariq was bringing on. But of course, Pakistan really, it was a bit of a seesaw affair towards the last 5 to 10 overs, because even though India were able to navigate Usman Tariq, they still had to deal with the other spinners. And someone like Saim Ayub, what a performance he put that pressure on India in the middle, during the middle of the innings, when he got those 2 quick wickets to put them back a bit and to rock them back. Again, that was a bit of a seesaw affair towards the end. All of that momentum that Ishan Kishan and a couple of others had put, and the kind of pressure they had put on Pakistan, they were able to counter that somewhere during the end. So they really pulled it back quite commendably. But full credit to someone like Shivam Dube, really. A guy who's also someone who's had his fair share of criticism. I'll be remiss if I didn't point out how he's had also a bit of a very wavy trajectory over the last few years, whether it was IPL, whether it was India colours in this format. And that quick cameo that he put in at the end was critical, because now you've got a score of 175 on the board. It's intimidating. First of all, chasing is always going to be a big proposition for any team in a T20 World Cup. Yes, this is not the knockouts. Yes, it's just a group game, but it's India versus Pakistan. So any team chasing down a total is automatically going to feel that pressure, because this is almost like a do or die situation for that team who's looking at a target that has never been crossed at 175. The highest successful run chase has been 172. So obviously, automatically, the pressure falls on someone like Pakistan. So let's look ahead to what those matchups will be in that second innings. One, of course, you've got those openers. They've both really been very good for Pakistan in the series so far, and they're really going to be someone that Pakistan will have to bank on to try and give them a good start, and that's going to be essential. That first 5 overs is going to be essential, because you're facing someone like Jasprit Bumrah, who's a master of the power play, who's a master of really setting the right note, setting the right sort of a precedent for things to take shape. And of course, these 2 openers, Saim Ayub, Sahibzada, is going to be very critical for Pakistan to get that start. You've got also the spin trouble of someone like Varun Chakravarti, Kuldeep Yadav. They are going to be also critical in that middle overs. Of course, Varun could come in earlier on as well, as we've seen. So pressure is going to be there on Pakistan in the response when they look at how they're going to tackle something like this, because it seems, 170 on a track that has also obviously already settled in is going to be a little bit of a challenge. But I can see everyone gearing up for the second innings to start off. So I will join you. Of course, this is where we're doing the entire coverage of not just this match, but the T20 World Cup battle for T20 supremacy. Pakistan gearing up to chase down that mammoth total. Not going to be easy with that lineup, that bowling unit who's going to come down against them with all fire. Do go back to match action. Of course, I'll see you here after that wraps up.